So here begins the origin story, where the twists and turns that my life would take on the unknown journey to save the planet may have been foreshadowed and written in the stars from the very moment I saw the light of the hospital room where I was born. My name is Vinay Patel, and I was born on the extremely hot Sunday of July 23rd, 1995. And I think it's very apropos that I was born on such a hot Sunday, considering that I might just be the universe's reverse Uno against climate change, and the irony ain't even done there. I was born on 7/23 at the time of 1723. My cousin said it would be truly ironic if I was born actually at 7/23. She had a point, but the universe can't give the whole game away and make it look that obvious now, can it? As if that wasn't all enough, I was born prematurely at about 35 weeks, where the survival rate is close to 100%. Close to. I really am a reverse Uno card, and the universe really gambled with me, huh? I feel so used. For those of you interested in astrology, I'm a Leo, but if I was born earlier in the same day, I would have actually been a Cancer. So I guess I'm kind of a combination of both. Like an armored lion or a furry crab. Hey, Mr. Krabs is rich, but I don't know if it's worth being a furry. As my name suggests, I'm Indian by origin, although I was born in London, United Kingdom, in a town called Harrow, which for some reason a lot of people know about in the UK, even though there's nothing special about it, apart from me. My upbringing was not very traditionally Indian, although it was to an extent, but the mixture and whatever it turned out to be really did make a big difference in my life. Speaking of names, the name Vinay means sincere, which is true for me about 95% of the time, but in that 5% where it ain't, my tongue can be pretty sharp. My parents' nickname for me was Baloo, like Baloo from the Jungle Book, which means bear. Jesus Christ, man, at least give the poor guy a proper name. He was such a great adoptive dad, damn. But yeah, that was my nickname. When I was 3 years old, I actually caught malaria. Yeah, the universe was really testing my little ass from the get-go, now wasn't it? Luckily, I recovered pretty easily with no complications, maybe because I inherited my daddy's lovely immune system. For real though, when I was 3, my mom took me to a palm reader, and they predicted 3 things about my life that turned out to be true, 3 big things. The first is that my career would take me to the chemical industry, which is correct. The second is that there would be a point in my life where I would fall into the wrong company, which was also true, but luckily it's in the past. But I've got to stay sharp because you never know when it might come back for sloppy seconds. Although you guys will have my back by then, right? The third thing is that I would find my love by the age of 25 and 26. Well, between 25 and 26. And that turned out to be true, although that's still a story in progress. Up until the age of 8, I'm not gonna lie, my childhood was perfect, and it really laid the foundations for my character and mental fortitude for the rest of my life. And it kept me going strong through even the toughest moments that would occur later in my life. I'm not gonna say I tanked every single thing like a champ or a Superman, but I'm proud to say I never became a hurt person that hurt other people. I'm gonna go through quickly some of my most prized childhood memories, kinda like a reverse trauma dump. Although I don't even like calling it trauma dump, because it's such a strong word, and using such a strong word gives it power over me. And I'm the top in my life, not the bottom. When I was 3, I was lucky enough to go to Disney World Orlando, the one with 4 parks. And I remember, the only thing I remember actually, is my dad handing me a milkshake, me taking a sip of it, and me handing that shit straight back to him as it was too damn sweet, even for a kid. Sounds about right given that it's America, right? No ill to Americans, but I'm sure you can agree with me. I also remember having went to a Chinese restaurant and being mesmerized by some eels in a tank. Hey, maybe I was like Harry Potter and I could speak parcel tongue except the eels. Jason Momoa ain't got nothing on me. I was blessed enough to have been around age 4 or 5 when Pokemon first blew up. My first Pokemon game was Pokemon Gold, which was actually from the second generation of games, because when the first one came out in 1996, I wasn't even a year old, okay? Cut me some slack, please. Speaking of games, right? My uncle had Final Fantasy VII, but he didn't give it to me when he handed me down his PlayStation 1 because of the age rating. Imagine the difference it would have made to the planet-saving journey from such an early stage if I got to play Final Fantasy VII as a kid. Yeah, he's not coming to my wedding and I've let him know plenty of times. My mom also never got me a GameCube because apparently having a PlayStation and a Game Boy means I already have enough consoles. I even sat on Santa's lap twice in a row, 2 years in a row, asking for a GameCube and Super Mario Sunshine or Sonic Adventure 2. And did I get one? Nope. So Mom, Santa, Sonic, and Mario, and Shadow, you guys ain't coming to my wedding. Cloud Strife is good though, cause he's the guy I'm marrying. On a swerve subject to food, right? One time, I was watching a documentary about how Inuit people needed to eat seals to survive in the Arctic. And the same night, my mom made me some greasy ass, fat ass chicken wings, and I legit thought she served me seal meat. My vegetarian grandma lost her shit when I told her that. You know, after I had to explain to her what a seal is, cause they're not exactly common in India. The thought of seal curry, I'm on the fence of that one, I'm conflicted. But, you know, I'm a little curious. But it's conflicting because they are kind of cute. Adding to that, the sports leisure center near my house used to have 2 kids' play areas with like slides and ball pits and all that cool stuff, and an American-style diner overlooking the swimming pool because it was a floor above. So imagine when you're a kid and you're munching on pizza fingers and sipping on milkshakes and looking down at those swimmers, because swimming is for octopus seas. Although I lived in a majority Indian area, my parents always had friends of different backgrounds, so as a child, I acclimatized to different cultures very early on. I even remember my dad's Dominican friend as a joke telling me that he had dinosaurs in his garden, and every single day until they told me it was a joke, I would ask my dad, "Daddy, can we go see the dinosaurs?" Speaking of gardens, we had a pretty lit garden too. We had a big ass tree that would blossom pink flowers in the spring. We actually had wild grapes growing in our garden. Yes, in the UK, I'll get to that in a moment. And we also had a pond full of tadpoles and frogs, which my neighbor's bitch ass cat would keep killing. On the note of the grapes, yeah, they grew. They were really small and really sweet and really green, like little green minions. My granddad once said that he saw a grass snake in the garden, and whilst you do get those in the UK, yeah, I call bullshit, Pops. My favorite Disney movies were Treasure Planet, Tarzan, and Atlantis. I even remember coming out of the cinema watching Atlantis and going, Shrek is rubbish compared to Atlantis, and even my dad was like, calm down, mate. Okay, very last memory dump. My second first school teacher, in addition to a class full of monkey-ass kids, also had some budgies, some rabbits, and a fish tank. I don't know how she did it, even looking back as an adult. Dr. Dolittle and Ash Ketchum don't have shit on her. Although, you know, come to think of it, did she hold the fort? I can only hope. You sat there to me going on about my childhood memories, so here's the first milestone in the planet-saving journey. In year 4, first year of middle school, I was 8 years old. We were asked to produce a poster on pollution, and before that, I had no clue, my little child ass had no clue that the planet was actually being damaged or desecrated in a way. And when I was doing that poster, when I made that poster more so, something clicked to me. I was like, hey, this is kind of interesting. And we got to do something about the planet. And that's when something clicked to me. This is what I want to do with my life. And from age 8, I wanted the smoke with the smoke and wanted the smoke with the smog. Yeah, destiny was starting to realize itself, and that was the first milestone. You may remember me mentioning that everything was perfect up until the age of 8. Yeah, that's when my dad's drinking problem started. But that will conclude the episode for now, and I always like to end things on a high note where I can, so we'll finish this one with a little photo dump of anything I haven't included so far. Until then, peace out, take care, and thank you for listening.